Hey guys, welcome back to Walk With Me Wednesdays. This is part of the week where we just walk, share some ideas, what I've been thinking about. Today, I kind of want to go through the YouTube channel. Why I decided to just hit record some lessons that I've learned along the way here in the first couple of weeks. Because sometimes obstacles in growth start with simply taking the first step. Let's do this. Before we get started in this video, are you subscribed? Go ahead, click subscribe. It'd be really helpful. Help me get the word out. Be appreciated. Now on to this video. All right, we'll start off the walk with Scout again. There he is. Probably gonna go ahead and take him in so we can talk a little bit more. But yeah, so really I just wanted to hop on here today and talk about the YouTube channel a little bit, where we are, where we're going. So remember, Think Media podcast is really what got me into this journey, into thinking that if you got a voice, use it and just hit record. And so that's Sean Cannell's, big thing is just hit record. There was another episode of the podcast, I think it was last week, and his guest said he would recommend everybody doing 50 videos in 50 days. So I don't think I'll hit every day for 50 days, but that's the goal. Try to plan out 50 videos on various topics. Not all set in stone. Some are, we'll kind of edit as we go, but try to do these 50 videos in succession. Main reason is to try to get just more comfortable talking in front of the camera. It's very strange if you've never tried it before, at least for a guy that's almost 50, to turn on the camera and just talk. It's really weird. It's easy to talk to people. It's kind of hard to talk to a device. So that's kind of where we are right now, doing the 50 days. Try to keep this Walk With Me Wednesday gig up for a little bit, see what happens. I think you guys might enjoy it. So let me turn around here and get Scout back inside. There's been a lot of growing pains. Oh, this light's better. A lot of growing pains in the channel as we've started. You probably realized some uncomfortableness in front of the camera, a lot of stuttering, a lot of stopping and starting. I've messed up lighting, I've messed up thumbnails, have even hit record a few times, recorded 5 or 6 minutes worth of video, sometimes more, and then realized I either double clicked the record on the phone or various things happened to where I didn't record good. So yeah, there's been a few growing pains here along the way. Finding time to record, I have a full-time job, so finding time to record these videos it's a little challenging. You can either get up and do them first thing in the morning or do them in the afternoons when everybody's home, or maybe at lunch. Lunch break is sometimes the best. That's what I'm doing right now, out here on my lunch break recording. So anyway, that's where we are. Definitely some growing pains with the channel, but let me put Scout in and I'll be right back. All right, there we go. Now we're back. Still a little bouncy walking. Yeah, it is what it is, right? So maybe ask, okay, so that's why you started a YouTube channel and you have a challenge laid out from somebody that's done it. But why this? Why sports and faith? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, really, I think it's got a lot. I mentioned in my first video about Charlie Kirk's assassination and how that really shined a light on wanting to spread the word. But before that, at our first football game we went to this year, it's typical for teams to go to the end zone and say a quick prayer before the games. But this year, in our first game at home, every single member of the Mississippi State football team went to the end zone kneel down and said a prayer. Not 2 or 3, not half a dozen, all of them. I didn't see anybody that did not go down in the end zone and pray. It kind of stood out to me because I've been going to a lot of games, and while it's typical for, teams to have a few to go to that, it was atypical for the whole team to do it. So then realize the visiting team runs out of their tunnel across the field all the way to the opposite end zone. Every member of the opposing team knelt down to pray. So it had me thinking, they're willing to show their faith in that way. It's a small way, but why not me as a fan point those things out? Because that's not on TV. You had to be there to witness that. So let's point those things out. There's been several interviews that have happened. Sports is really, I think a lot of sports players are really turning to God. I've noticed Travis Hunter got baptized last week. What a great story. But did ESPN cover it? No. Maybe I should have done a better job at covering it on this channel, but that's kind of why I wanted this, is to help get the word that there is a connection between our faith and our sports, our faith and our recreation, and our faith and our jobs. So yeah, that's why the channel is what it is. I chose the name Red Letter Sports because that's what Jesus says, right? All the Red Letter Bibles. Thought it was a good tie-in to promote what Jesus said and to do it about sports. So yeah, so that's where we are. I've had a few inspirations as it comes to this specific series, Walk With Me Wednesdays. Back in the day, some of y'all might remember Casey Neistat. He did a daily vlog for, I don't know, I think it was 2 or 3 years straight. Every single day he would take his camera out in New York City and film as he just did daily stuff. So that got me this style of video to go ahead and try that maybe one day a week, see how it goes. There's a few more recent YouTubers that I've kind of followed that do a similar style. You have Dev, who does a Disney and travel vlog, Stacked Golf. Some good people down there in Florida. They go around and do like garage sales and find old clubs and resell them and collect them. And then Penguin 6, he was one of the first ones I followed. He used to live in Hong Kong and would walk around Hong Kong. It's very interesting to see a city like that and the nature that they have on that island of Hong Kong. But now he's in Washington, D.C. as a press reporter. And so he shows the sights of Washington, mixes in a little politics, a lot of history. He knows a lot about all the historical places in Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas. So he'll go around and talk about those. But yeah, just going around, putting your phone on a tripod and talking. So yeah, that's my Walk With Me Wednesdays. It reminds us, this is time to slow down. Don't take yourself so seriously and just talk about what's on your mind. So what are some goals I have for this channel, brand, whatever you're gonna call it? So short term, yeah, just getting more comfortable in front of the camera. Pretty comfortable talking about sports. I don't know if you saw my video yesterday, but it was a lot easier to talk about wins and losses. It's a lot harder to talk about things that are serious. So I'll struggle a little bit more with that, but so get more comfortable in front of the camera, like improving the production quality a little over time. Right now I'm just recording on an iPhone 12. That's right, and I got my earbuds. So yeah, I want to improve the quality. Yeah, I'm getting some better mics, some lapel mics, so maybe you won't hear as much wind noise and things like that. But yeah, improving the channel just slowly over time. It'll take time. And continuing to look for those ways to blend faith and sports content. Started also a Instagram channel and be posting clips to there. Hadn't quite determined exactly how I'm gonna arrange the Instagram channel, but it's a lot. Like I said, I have a full-time job, so it's a little challenging to fit everything in. I'm trying to edit as little as possible. It's kind of hard when you have a camera that bounces around and These are pretty easy. These Walk With Me Wednesdays. These Walk With Me Wednesdays are pretty easy to edit. The other ones I have to add graphics and things like that too, so it's a little more challenging. So I'm not going to walk up the hill behind me. It's a big deal. So kind of a little farther out in the future, we'll see how it goes, but add some merch. I've started looking at some merch, trying to open a little merch store. Already designed a couple of hats and a couple of t-shirts, but Bennett's already claimed name to a hat, so get those ordered. Maybe you'll see those pop up on the channel here pretty soon. I'll give you all a link to order and support the channel that way if you would like. And then I would like to do interviews. I think I've mentioned, I know a few local coaches, a few local players, just to get their ideas about sports and how faith ties into that, maybe locally and on their team. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am now. Have delusions of grandeur maybe, but I really do like how Barstool Sports is organized. Don't really like their method or their language and things like that. They go pretty far sometimes into the negative, but that kind of collaboration, maybe someday as we grow the brand, maybe we'll pull in some other collaborators that can kind of speak from some different areas. My main passion, my main thing I like is college football and soccer. So yeah, supporting the boys today. International break's coming to a close, so we get some games this weekend. So yeah, that's my kind of areas. Maybe bring some people in that would focus on NFL or hockey or whatever. I don't know. That's very long term. We'll see how the channel grows. But yeah, Barstool puts out merch regularly and have lots of content creators that work for them. I don't really see it being that big, but we'll see. Faith on college campuses is really growing. I was listening to Al Mohler. That's another podcast I listen to, The Briefing, and he mentioned that for the first time in known history, in Gen Z, males are going to church more regularly than females. How crazy is that? Growing up in church, I remember there were a lot of moms that would come and bring the kids, grandmothers would come and bring kids, but you would rarely see a dad by himself. It's encouraging that so many of our young people today are reaching out and going to church and being leaders like we probably should have earlier, and it seems like maybe the women will follow here in the next few years. But I found that interesting. So yeah, I think that there is propensity for something like this to grow. While we're talking about other podcasts, I started listening to Matt Forte. I think it's called Constant Contact. He does a podcast / video where it's more like a sit down type talking head video. But one thing I like that he does is the guy that's kind of, I won't say interviews him, but co-hosts, ask him every week, so did you go to church yesterday? And if so, what they talk about. Might have to do something like that in the series coming up. We'll see. But yeah, so I'll listen to him. Which other podcasts? Of course, I'll listen to the Mississippi State podcast, Thunder and Lightning. And then I'll listen to a little bit of Men in Blazers. So yeah, but anyway, that's kind of where I want to take the channel, the brand, as we grow. Got a long way to go, but with God, he can do anything. If he wants to make this brand blow up, he can, but that's not what it's about for me. I just want to get the story of the gospel out to sports lovers. And so that's what I'm doing. So let's take the journey back to faith. I mentioned all the problems with the channel, everything going on, inconsistencies. So mainly, I want to say that God doesn't call us to be perfect. He calls us to be faithful, and that's what I'm trying to do. He laid this on my heart about maybe 6-8 months ago to have some type of, I didn't really know what it was at the time, but having some kind of way to communicate the gospel out. Really didn't hone in on a niche. I was like kind of wondering and figuring out what to do, and then, like I said, the start of this football season, it was like a light bulb went off, and like that's it. That's how you can tie your faith into every day, is by carrying it to sports. So yeah, this channel is not about me or creating viral moments. It's about Jesus Christ and Him crucified, and I just want to make sure and communicate that. Yeah, so I want to encourage any athletes out there, if they want to, or coaches, if they want to collaborate, or if they just want to hit record, like, feel free, hit record and record your thoughts and see what happens. I'd be very, very obliged to forward your content on, retweet it, reshare it, just send it over to me when you do that. Start messy, hit record, just start. That's what I've done. All right, as we close things out, I'd really like to give a big thank you to the people that have viewed the channel and subscribed. It really means a lot. It's definitely a boost in confidence when my Aunt Diane reposts something on Facebook, or people leave comments either on Facebook or on the YouTube videos. It really is a boost of confidence, and it lets me know that we are kind of doing the right thing. So yeah, thank you guys for subscribing and following and watching the videos. I really appreciate it. The main goal is just to make sure that as many people as possible hear about the gospel. Like I said, that's what this channel's about. So thank you for joining in with me on Walk With Me Wednesdays. Talking and walking has got me a little bit out of breath, so I'm gonna stop this for now. Until next time, God bless.